Good evening, students. Right now, I'd like to go ahead and cover our pre-game basis, how we always do with our flip lessons, and discuss mat ball, which will be a variation of kickball, which we have covered last week. So let's continue. As you see, as always, we have our mat ball learning targets, or our pre-game learning targets, the targets I want you to know before we even think about playing the activity. Students will be able to demonstrate understanding of the objectives and rules of mat ball and be prepared to perform tomorrow in class. As covered in Standard 2 and 4, students will be able to manipulate the mats into position to create the field prior to class tomorrow, and that will be covered in Standard 2. We'll get into Standards 1, 3, and 5 some as we actually compete tomorrow. Mat ball is a variation of kickball. Instead of bases, mats are used, and instead of scoring runs, teams try to have all of their players occupying the same mat. So our main objective tomorrow when we actually begin to play is your team, when you're on offense, is trying to get everybody on the same mat at the same time. But we also want to run some too, so we'll get you some laps in too. Okay, so this slide is going to teach you how to actually play, and I'm going to take a break and let you watch this video, and then we'll come back to the rest of the PowerPoint and your pre-game questions. So welcome back. As you saw in the video, this is the way the field is going to be set up, and this is what I want you to be able to do tomorrow after we go over the pre-game questions in class to make sure everybody's understanding what we're trying to get done. But as always, we're going to have assigned jobs. Some people are going to be setting up, making sure the balls are ready and pumped up. And then we're going to have some people laying the bases out while other people are trying to figure out how to even out teams. And giving me a head count on how many kids we have in class tomorrow. I'll give you the job list tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning. And as you see, I made a note here. The polycone, runners need to loop around this cone before going back to first. So if you're on third base, making sure you're getting around that polycone before you go back to first. It's not like regular kickball. We are not going home. Okay, so here are your pregame questions. How many outs does the defensive team need to make in order to switch to offense? And how are the outs made? And anytime throughout the questions, if you want to refer back to the YouTube video, feel free. So that way you have all your bases covered and we have a firm knowledge on what we're trying to accomplish. What is the main objective of the offensive team? If you are on a mat when the last out of the inning is recorded, where do you begin the next time your team is on offense? And if a runner advances from third base, do they run home or to first base? And if you'll remember just on the last slide, I gave you a little hint on that one, and I might have put a hint in parentheses there as well. So take your time, don't get that one wrong. And as always, come prepared to cover the pregame questions at the beginning of class. We're going to check for understanding, and then we'll get our field situated, and we will get playing. See you guys tomorrow morning. Have a good night.